Thanks for tuning in to Know Wine in No Time. I'm your host Dave, and today we'll be discussing Italy's Montepulciano wines. I often talk to people when they say, Dave, I really love Montepulciano. And I say, well, you're talking about Montepulciano the grape or Montepulciano the place? And I'm often met with the deer in the headlights type of look. People don't realize that there's two different types of Montepulciano originating from Italy. First, if we talk about Montepulciano the grape, it's thought to be a cousin of Sangiovese. Sangiovese is the most widely planted grape in all of Italy, and it's also thought to have originated in the Tuscan region, although we rarely find it there today. With it being the second largest planted grape in all of Italy, it's quite common in a region that's on the Adriatic Sea side of the Apennine Mountains. So we often see labels that say Montepulciano di or from places like Montepulciano di Abruzzo, Montepulciano di Marche, Montepulciano di Molise, Montepulciano de Umbria. So this wine is very popular in its style because it's right down the middle. What I mean by that, it has medium acid, medium tannin, and medium body. That means it pairs very well with food. It's also a little more lively in style, so it has a lot more flexibility in what exactly goes with it. We'll taste that here in just a minute. Now let's jump on to Montepulciano the place. So Montepulciano the place is a little hamlet in central Tuscany. And this particular wine is made 100% from Sangiovese. And when we're in Tuscany, we usually call that grape Prugnolo Gentile. And Prugnolo Gentile, in order to be in a Montepulciano the place type of wine, needs to exceed at least 70%. Then the balance of that needs to be made up with local varietals. So the wine in the end is called Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, or the noble wine of Montepulciano the place. And if you notice by this little ring on the bottle, this Vino Nobile di Montepulciano is a DOCG level wine, or the highest level of quality for an Italian wine, while Montepulciano the grape just hits a DOC level, one notch below. Now, to be a Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, post-fermentation, the wine must spend 1 year in oak and 1 year additional aging for 24 months. And if your Vino Nobile di Montepulciano is a Riserva, then it has to spend 3 years of total aging. So let's go ahead and taste the wines. First thing you'll notice with the Montepulciano di Abruzzo is it's a little bit lighter in color, almost like a ruby. The aromas, definitely more lively. We get a little bit of raspberry, a little bit of cherry, certainly bright and fresh. You can kind of feel the acidity. Across the palate, we get a little bit of plumminess, and once again, medium tannins, medium acidity. A very flexible wine. This is a wine that I love to pair with pizza and pasta. It works perfect with that. Now moving on to the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, immediately we notice it's definitely a more mature wine. It's definitely garnet at the center with a little bit of brickiness or brownness around the edges, and that comes from the aging and the time in oak. The aromas are significantly more mature and heavy. We get things like tobacco and licorice and leather with a little bit of a core of cherry there. Across the palate, the wine is significantly heavier. It has more body, has more tannins. The acid is certainly there and a component, but it's not the star of the show. So this is a wine that I would pair definitely with something, let's say like a grilled meat, like a steak. It would be perfect for that. So I'm going to enjoy these two Montepulcianos, and the good thing is, even if you're confused when you're in a wine store and you pick a Montepulciano, you can't go wrong either way. But the important thing is to elevate your knowledge so that you know lighter in style, heavier in style, the grape, and the place. So that's all the time we have for today. Tune in next time, and soon you'll know wine in no time.